Which doll is the black doll? And which one is the white doll?
That one.
Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? And which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because she's white and he has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Like me.
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Okay.
That doll.
Get your cameras out, man. Come on, this. Man, they're gonna drop them right here. Film it. Don't put your gun like this, man.
Oh, right in his face.
Oh, right on the face. Film it?
Video technology is everywhere. Its use poses unique opportunities and unique challenges for all of us. The same is true for police. If a video recording becomes a standard part of interactions with citizens, those who protect and serve may be forced to make some difficult changes in how they execute their public responsibilities. And the honest witness that video can provide is all too absent from many of law enforcement's most intense interactions.
Cameras are everywhere, and they can be a valuable tool for transparency and accountability in law enforcement. Not only should the average citizen be able to film if they think the actions of an officer are out of line, but police should employ cameras. They provide great evidence, and if there's a question, it'll show, was their use of force justified?
Freedom-fighting patriots believe quite correctly that it is their First Amendment right to film the police in public. And yet they, like so many across this country, are being told by law enforcement that they do not have the right to film the police. America, if we can't keep an eye on the police, how can we keep them accountable to the people they are sworn to serve and protect? We need an end to this East Germany-like infringement on our inherent right to free speech. You can film the police in public.
Good evening, my name is Patrick Witkowski. I'm with BMCC Live. Sitting here with us is Alex Artemenko.
How you doing, guys?
Hey Alex, I have a couple questions for you
Go
in
right
regards
ahead,
to the
Patrick.
current police brutality.
Okay.
How do you feel about the recent events in Ferguson and New York City with the deaths of Eric Gardner and Michael Brown?
Well, I feel that police brutality, like any abuse of power, is wrong. But at the same time, I do feel like the actions that they're taking in Ferguson is the wrong type of direct action, even though that both these deaths are tragedies. I do feel like in New York with Eric Gardner, that is a better way about showing the support for these families.
So more of a peaceful protest.
Exactly, more peaceful protest, and
That is understandable. Now, what would you do as an individual to change or improve the conditions so events like this wouldn't happen again?
Well, I do feel like, once again, going back to New York, they are taking the proper actions in enforcing the new police cameras that they are instating on police officers.
No, thank you very much.
Anytime, Patrick. Yeah.
Well, when I hear racism and police brutality, I definitely feel as if certain times they definitely interlock. I mean, look at the justice system. That's exactly what they're showing us nowadays, showing us that, well, if our skin is darker than the other man's, it's like our life is not even, you know? It's not only Trayvon Martin, it's not only Mike Brown. This stuff has been going on for years, on top of years, and they're showing us that, you know, basically our lives are less equal to a man's who's lighter skinned to us, you know? We have kids now. I per se have a son who's growing up as I would want him to be a young, educated black man or whatever. So now I'm growing up in this kind of system, having to teach my son to watch the police and to, like, you know, to be aware of certain things that's going on, which is not right, you know. I definitely feel like a lot of people feel as if racism is dead, and I definitely don't agree with that. Racism is very much alive, and also, police brutality definitely, to me, can also be a different issue at itself, you know. Police also feel as if they have definitely too much force, too much power, that's the thing. They feel as if they could do too much things, you know. There's more times where I see a black officer troubling a African-American guy, and it's like, it's just the power they feel they have. So doesn't everything goes back to race, but I definitely feel when you take those two, there's definitely interlocks with them. So that's my opinion.
I am doing this video to talk about police brutality and racism, in my opinion. When it comes to racism, I think that racism is something that is very systemic. I think that it's not just dealing with a single conflict between two people. I believe that it's something that is in our culture, that is in our everyday livelihood. It has to do with our money. It has to deal with our power. It has to deal with how our economy has to deal with everything that is just besides just individual conflicts between two people. Racism is something that is bigger than us. It is a system that allows people of power to continue to stay in power, and that people who do not have power to stay without any power. So therefore, that's what I think about racism. In terms of police brutality, I think that is something that has been a problem in our community for centuries. It has been something that we've always conflict with, because since the beginning of time, people have judged a person based on how they look, and then they act upon it. They act upon it negatively. If I think that you look suspicious, I'm going to try my best to protect myself, because I think that you look suspicious. I think you look sneaky. I think that where we are today, suspicion is a black face, a black or brown face. It's dark clothing, it's a hoodie, it's things that don't really quite make any sense, especially in 2014. But I digress. I think that police brutality and things of racism can be fixed when we all work together as a community, and understand that regardless of black, brown, white, Hispanic, that we are coming together as one, and we can build a community and fix whatever is going on in here. feel like we don't have our own specific prejudices. I think that once we figure out what's going on here and what we decide to call right and wrong, we will be able to fix those larger problems such as racism and police brutality.
I think that cops target the youth because because older African American men know their rights and what they know that the cops could do or cannot do, and what they could do or cannot do. So I think they target the youth more because they're probably more uneducated to the rights and stuff like that.
Have you ever been stopped by the police?
No.
Do you know anyone who has been stopped by the police?
Yes. I know people that got arrested by the police.
For just being stopped?
Yeah, because like the police would stop them, they would know that they didn't do anything wrong, and they would get mad or whatever.
Has anyone else ever been stopped by the police?
My friend he got snuffed by the police.
Your friend got snuffed by the police? Did you record it?
No, I wasn't there. He told me.
How do you feel about that?
Like that's horrible because he didn't do anything. He was just like walking.
Do you feel as though you can be a victim? Because we can.
Yeah, it's because we're like the same age. And like he was just over there. He was just walking by, and it was like a bunch of his age doing stuff, but it had nothing to do with him. And just because he was black and he was around their age, he looks around their age, he got smacked.
Anyone else want to share their experience of being stopped by the police?
I personally have not been stopped, but hearing all this systematic targeting about the youth, we can't say it's not racism. The youth, specifically, if you want to destroy or hinder a society, you should target it's optimal to target the youth. They are the most vulnerable. If you cow people as a youth, they will grow into docile adults. That's the bottom line. It's just so systematic. It's frightening to me if I didn't know all about it.
I'm Trayvon Martin. Don't shoot. I can't breathe. I'm Trayvon Martin.
I can't breathe.
You trying to be on the Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
I am Trayvon Martin.